Usually Dead, Neo, and all the necrophiliacs out there, this one's for you. I love you all. I said earlier in an earlier video, in the Chino video, that I had screwed up by going to that stage first. Even though that stage was a fairly easy stage with a fairly easy boss, that was not the correct stage to go to first. This stage here, this one is the correct one to go first if you're going to attempt the Buster Duel run. And there are 3 reasons as to why. The first reason, the main reason, is the energy tank near the end of the stage. It is a very, very difficult jump. It's also not only it's a difficult jump in its own right, but it's also a timed jump as well. You only have so long to make it before you lose the opportunity. Now, while it is true that passwords save energy tanks, so you may be wondering, well, I can grab it at any time, right? Because the password's going to save it whether I get a game over or whatever, lose it or not. So why not just leave it until the end? I suggest putting Yuyuko and aiding the 2 trickiest energy tanks in the 8 stages near the forefront, because that way you're going to spend less time resetting on the off chance that you happen to grab some extra lives throughout the stage. You don't want to leave Yuyuko to the end, having gathered several extra lives along the way, only to screw up a bunch and waste a lot of time, waste a couple extra lives trying to get the energy tank. It's not efficient. It's not the way you want to go. You want to get Yuyuko and Aiden's energy tanks out of the way, so that you don't have to worry about losing extra lives you gather in stage later on. The second reason is because of Yuyuko herself. The Yuyuko battle in this game is an IAMP player's wet dream. She does a fantastic job of flooding the screen the entire battle, even better than Aiden does, and she's also smart enough to stay out of your way 50% of the time. You're going to have a very tough time hitting her while she completely overwhelms the screen from basically wherever she wants to. It's a good, challenging fight. It's not impossible, but it's a very good challenge. Definitely in the upper half of stage fights, and arguably harder than a few of the Fortress bosses as well. And it's a good fight to get out of the way again, so you don't end up wasting lives on wasting lives that you gathered earlier on. Remember this jump for that mushroom, by the way. That you'd be wasting lives that you might have gathered before this stage. The third reason is because it's the stage itself. The threat level of this stage is somewhere between a pet gerbil and the soap scum you'd find in the shower. This stage is a complete triviality. You'll notice I've been hit exactly once so far. I'm going to spoil you right now. Until we see Yuyuko, it's not happening again. And I go through the entire stage with Marisa and get hit exactly once. And that was because I had an absolute brain fart in front of that ghost. The purple ghost from way back at the beginning. We'll get more into those ghost friends when we get the Yomu stage and they actually become a legitimate threat. But this stage, there is just nothing in the way of challenge in this stage, unless you stop paying attention and happen to fall on the spikes after the fireman homage section. So and the music, it's a nice tune for all 15 seconds of what it is. So between a boring stage and a very repetitive song, it's worth getting the stage out of the way early. Not even the block puzzle's difficult. Now see that jump right there from disappearing block to disappearing block, that was the same distance as the jump to get the mushroom earlier that I pointed out. And it was a time jump, I only had so long to make it. And you saw I missed the untimed jump to get the mushroom. I grabbed the mushroom, but I didn't land on the platform. It's a very, very difficult jump, and it is definitely something you want to get out of the way as soon as possible. And here she is. Apparently, I have more problems with her than normal people do. But hey, whatever. I got the job done. Yuyuko has a wide variety of attacks, most of which flood the screen with one sort of projectile, one form or another. The only real non-issue is what you're looking at right now when she happens to fire off lasers that are not being covered by anything else. If she mixes that up with some ghosts or some petals that there's firing off the ghosts there. If she happens to mix the lasers up with things that are flooding the screen, they can start to become a challenge. The ghosts, they are what they are. She fires the butterflies, they rain down from the screen. The petals, they are what they are. She fires them off, they rain down across the screen. They're fairly erratic. I don't believe they're aims. They kind of arc down. The biggest pain in the ass in this battle is the thing I just got hit by. It's the reincarnation ghost shield. And then I know you can shoot through Marisa's, you can shoot in between the Ghost and Marisa's shots and hit her, or just shoot her with Alice and not have to worry about aiming. But it is a huge pain in the ass to jump over. And sometimes she'll supplement it by shooting butterflies like she is there while on the ground, which makes it literally impossible to jump over because the butterflies do damage to you. So you're pretty much fucked if she comes running after you with the shield activated and firing off butterflies. And then heaven help you if she activates the shield up above where you can't hit her, or even where she is right now. This is the worst possible place for her to activate the shield, because now she's going to fire it off at you. And I have no idea how I managed to survive not getting hit there. Because if she's firing off the shield from some place above, it is nigh impossible to dodge. The jump from the ground is bad enough. Thankfully, I got through most of this battle without taking too much damage. This desperation attack is actually fairly reasonable as far as the rest of the battle goes. You see I kind of phoned it in here. The battle amounts to running back and forth to dodge the lasers and to kind of pick your way through the petals, but I don't care enough to pick my way through the petals in this battle because I just want it to end, so I really just phone it in because I know I have the health to do it. Next stage is Remu's stage. Hope you enjoy. Hope to see you again.